Hello and welcome to the Velveteen Lounge and happy National Margarita Day.
Were you not aware of such a day? Now you are. Now you have to make sure you've got tequila. Well, I hope we're not sending you out to the store at this hour, but maybe you got time.
Order it for delivery.
Yeah. What is it? What's the beverage deliver one? Drizzly.
Yeah,
go
but I
to
think
Drizzly,
Uber will, or someone else is delivering
services.
alcohol now. So don't go out.
Don't go crazy.
Don't go.
No.
Don't go.
Maybe you're in one of those apartment buildings in some large city in Chicago or Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, where it's like there's a liquor store at the base of the tower, and you can just call down. Hi, yeah, Fred. Yeah, two 750. No, just give me the handle. Yeah, we'll do that.
Don't
Thanks.
laugh. We had friends who did for a long time.
Yeah.
Had a liquor store in their
Guy like
lobby
gives you
of
the
their
paper
building.
bag, you hand him a tip. Thanks. And away you go. Isn't that great? Wouldn't you love that in your house? Press a button, liquor delivery, bang. Well, we're the next best thing.
Hi, Johnny.
Although we can't hand you one, which is a drag.
Hi, Mom.
I know. Hello.
You're our first two.
Hey, Johnny. Yeah.
Yay.
Got the two of yous.
All right.
Hello.
All right. I see more people are watching, so we'll see if some more
They're there.
people chime in. But
definitely.
good to see you.
I just want to check one thing.
Oh, Hannah. Oh, hi, Julie.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Just checking one thing before we go.
And
too
Carradine,
far
hi.
here, because I set this up before. It is
Looks like
good.
it sounds right.
Excellent.
Yep.
We've had some issues where I haven't set that, and it's like it's
I know.
almost distant because the microphone's over there somewhere. But it's actually right here.
Hi, Eric.
We can't see it because that's the magic of cinema.
Julie mentioned
Although it could
Johnny. Sorry, Johnny mentioned Ohana.
Johnny, Julie, one of those.
Julie said happy Wednesday. Happy
But
Wednesday
Julie
to you.
Said happy Wednesday and happy Wednesday back.
Oh, from snow
Dig
to
that.
under Minnesota, Carradine. We actually got a little bit of snow here. Not nearly as much as you, but
I don't need shaved ice. I'll just,
just go outside, right?
You know, particularly if you get some nice sleet and you'd be like,
We didn't get that
Oh, what
much.
do you know? A frozen margarita. Excellent idea, you know? Wonderful. We have actually, of course, grilled in the snow
National
where
Margarita
this one
Day.
hands me a beer and I just immediately plonk it into the 10 inches of snow and say, keeps it cold.
Hi, Bill.
Because it's hilarious.
Oh,
you know?
Bill says it's snowing 35 miles away. Wow.
Man, that's kind of close to
Yeah.
where you are.
Eric just got rain.
Yeah, we had our share of that. We had our share of wind recently that was wicked enough to knock down a section of fence. It literally, I mean, I'm not talking like, oh, I've got a
Yeah.
couple of
That was
10-penny
nice.
nails in there. No, this was like 3-inch deck screws were holding this thing, and I had like 4 of them. And it was just like enough wind, it just like literally pulled it right out of 4-inch beams. What the hell is that all about?
Hi, Gettysburg, ma'am.
I mean, we've had that fence up for 16, 17 years, and this is the first time I saw a section start to loosen, and then it was just down.
It's completely blew down.
So it's back
It was
up.
a little bit windy.
It's back up now, and I've
Yeah.
got double the amount of screws in there. So because I'm not interested in a repeat offender. So there you go. Well, what the?
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Carradine. Thank you.
Thank
I had to
you.
wear my margarita dress. It's Margarita Day,
Because
right?
it's Margarita Day.
When better to
As you
wear
can
it.
see, I do not have a margarita dress. Mine is actually that has got to
You
be
have a cocktail dress?
It's a cocktail dress, champagne cocktail. That looks for the world like.
These are the 21st year of
Probably
the
just a
20-year
Manhattan with a slice
warranty.
of blood orange. I got some lime slices that look margarita-esque though. This is your classic.
Oh,
martini
thanks,
right there.
Gettysburg, ma'am. She said the audio sounds great.
And more audio.
Awesome. And Bill said we had 60-mile-per-hour wind yesterday. We get that kind of thing
Yeah.
around here,
That's a mule.
which is why our fence blew down.
Which is why our fence blew down.
Julie
yeah, it's
says,
been severe. A lot of days.
Julie
Yeah.
says I'm a bit north of Detroit.
Detroit.
We're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
all kinds of assorted precipitation, but not much wind.
That's a plus.
You know,
Because, wicked low temperatures with
Yeah.
wicked wind is just
Oh,
kills
that's-
people.
yeah, that's when you
know.
just feel like you're being slapped.
And you are being slapped. And,
Oh, good,
and it's
okay.
just going to, like, shove all this snow up against your house, and then you're dealing with that. And Detroit, of course, it gets it. You're right there, and you've got the lake.
Yep.
And depending on this section of the city, you probably get whacked. And you're like, oh, man. I do remember, and we've told this story before, landing at Detroit Airport in a snowstorm thinking, we're here for the night. We're just in Detroit.
Gettysburg, ma'am,
and
says-
nope, they cleared it, and we're out of here.
It snowed
We
for
were.
about an hour here today. Tomorrow, 70 degrees. I got to see what it's supposed to do here tomorrow. Hold on.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
That's really weird.
Yoink.
Yeah, no, because it was
Pardon
about
me,
like
well,
that
I
for us. It
checked that
snowed
myself.
for like,
Well, what was
I
on
got
the
it.
weekend was in the 60s. It was lovely, you know?
oh my gosh.
Pardon me.
Yeah, it's 31 now. And
Let me get back to
tomorrow-
my hometown. Come on.
tomorrow
Today Thursday.
is
I have 47.
47.
Well, so
Okay.
you're definitely getting
Yeah.
a trough. We're going to be pretty much as expected with precip, maybe frozen, clammy. You know, if only Dan were here, I'd be able to say, well, you know, there you go.
Clams.
But otherwise, we're looking at some pretty low lows this week. I brought the plants in. I don't really feel like taking the rosemary that far just to watch it like freeze up and die.
Right.
Because
No,
I use that every Sunday in breakfast. You know, it's a good thing, and it goes into the
Hi, Elizabeth.
big bird when we do the big presentation meal. You know.
Oh,
So
it snowed. Oh, it snowed there today. Okay.
this is
Wow.
unimpressive. I'm putting this away.
75 today in West Virginia. Oh my
Hello.
gosh.
Well,
Wow.
that's kind of awesome. Yeah. Now you're
Yeah,
digging it.
snowed in Vegas, but it didn't stick.
It didn't stick.
I saw it was supposed to snow in Southern California. I'm like, what?
You
What?
know-
Okay.
What was that like hideous '70s song? You know, it never snows in Southern California. No, and of course it doesn't. You know why? You know, it's the desert. It's not going to snow.
Well, it
Of course
snows in the
It
desert.
does snow in the desert. It's true.
Who do we blame for this weather?
The Earth is getting
Groundhog,
getting
exactly.
back at you. That's what's going on. Oh yeah.
The hog.
The hog. Yeah, we blame the hog.
Punxsutawney Phil.
Phil, what did you see? Nothing. I'm out. I'm out of here. Stop. Stop
Like, don't
handling
blame
me.
me.
Hey, hands off, pal. Sick of
Don't
you.
blame me.
What did I do? As a prognosticator, Phil's record is actually poor. In the some 115 odd years he's been doing
thank
it.
you, Gettysburg, ma'am.
But
Appreciate that.
that's what happens when you leave your prognostications to a large ground rodent.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I wear so much pink.
Oh yeah.
This is sort of on camera. This is sort of orangey looking. It's really kind of coral, but yeah,
Yeah, that's a real coral.
but it's
Or-
but on camera, I'm looking at it. It's just reading like orange.
we haven't done any color matching.
Hi, Peter.
Or color correction on this baby, so this it probably looks the same to you as it does to us. You know, it's the colors that
you.
came out. We do have a combination of colors in our ring light to kind of balance that out, but it's not like I've got a color grader here saying, "Oh, what you need to do is crank up the blues."
Speaking of color grading,
It
so
turned
I
out
never heard of color grading until we made a film.
about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, thank you.
Maybe
You look
more.
like a tropical fruit salad. I love it. I can live with that.
I just look like the bar,
I
but
saw
I'm good with that too.
I saw a film today where the color grading was so evident because it was set in 1953 and they really made the colors look like you were watching an old film. It was really, I
Like
loved
that
it.
kind of tone.
Hi, Roberta. Good to
Which,
see
you
you.
know, it's a very particular color setting. You would probably try to match either Technicolor or Eastman color, one of those. Eastman
Yeah.
tends to be a little bluer. You have to put them side by side, and they're like, oh yeah, yeah. And Tech tends to be extremely vibrant, very very pops at you.
Oh yes, Don the Beachcomber's birthday too. So
Thank
we could also do
Oh yeah,
something for that. We
Might do
can
something
acknowledge
tropical
that.
vein. If I have the ingredients for a zombie, I can mix it up. We've actually had a few of those recently, and you know what? Woke up the next day, no ill effects. I'm like, what's the secret? Higher proof booze? Okay. Normally I shy away from that sort of thing. Sounds like too much. But maybe you put the correct amount of octane in the tank and you're good. Ha!
I think we've done a couple of sepia videos like a while ago.
We had a request for a silent movie episode, and that is
Yes.
still up there up on the tubes. You can find that. And that is actually non-verbal with title cards and black and white, and some fun little jump
Hi,
cuts.
David.
Because, and that worked well. That was by request.
Ooh, over 12 inches of snow. Utah's getting pounded.
man.
Oh. Well, if you like snow, then that's
you
good.
like snow.
I'm always like, ugh, and people are like, no, I love snow. So I'm like,
You know, what am I saying?
sorry.
What am I saying? Utah is a desert climate, and it gets plenty of snow. So it just depends on where
Well,
you are.
yeah.
And also, like, you know, Arizona.
Tucson gets
Arizona,
snow.
and the fact is, it's in the mountains.
Tucson
You
gets
get
snow.
elevation, you get snow.
Kara's doing something
That's
weird.
the thing. So there you go. CinemaScope Kitchen.
CinemaScope Kitchen. I know.
Well, we are actually shooting widescreen right now.
Oh, thank you, Gettysburg, ma'am.
Yeah.
She loved the Ellen Waits trailer. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Much appreciated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the storm is killing your signal, David.
Oh, man.
Well, good luck. Good luck in the storm.
Oof. Well,
Yeesh.
good luck indeed.
Cleopatra or Ben-Hur themed. That would be so funny, Ben-Hur.
Speaking of your wide
We were just talking about that, weren't we?
screen, there we go. I wanted to
About
reach
a
completely out
wide
of the
angle
camera.
lens.
Yeah. And we're also talking ratios because we saw, what was that, a show. And in fact, take a look what's on screen right now. That's classic ratio right there.
Oh.
70s TV. It's got a pretty nice car up on the rack there. And up on the list.
Thank you, Karen.
But that is your classic
Hi, Julie.
ratio. It's called Academy. Yeah.
Julie's here.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Julie.
Yeah.
Julie Hader.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Excellent, excellent. And we get another I Love the Trailer.
Aw,
So there we
thank
go.
you.
Boom.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
classic TV is very squarish, although it's a gentle rectangle. Your widescreen that we're watching right now, I'd say that's 16:9, 16 by 9, wide by high. And then like the really wide scope, like Ben-Hur, that would be something called like 2 1/3 to 1. So it's basically twice as wide as high, and then some.
Okay, well, I don't
That's
know
it.
why we're
Ultra.
talking about this stuff without a margarita.
I cannot conceive, sir. So,
You studied all the Karens that ever exist in online videos, come up with your characters.
you know,
It's so funny because when I was talking, this is so wet.
what happened
That's
here?
really weird. I don't know.
Something got spilled. Oh, man.
Let's get a different one. Yes, this smells like
Shall we?
whiskey.
Okay, guess we'll go and clean that one off.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a damp paper towel.
Already mixed.
Is this wet too?
No, that's a completely new one.
Oh, okay.
Well, whichever one was in what I just handed you is the way to go.
Before we ever shot the film, the actress who plays the mother in it, who's the Karen type character,
The Karen type character.
we were talking on the phone about the character, and she's like, "So is she just a Karen?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's funny. Suffering for your art.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
Okay, I'm doing my Elwoods.
I
Okay.
do not have a surplus of these. I'm going to be right back.
Well, I don't know why that was soaking wet with booze. Now I just smell like whiskey. Anyway, I'm going a little bit off of the standard margarita recipe because I think it's sweet enough for me without simple syrup. So I am going to start with 2 ounces of tequila. The tequila we have is Reposado. And I'm going to do 2 ounces of that. And
We frequently will start with 2 ounces of Reposado in this type of drink. Why? Because it's a good base. It's like an aged rum. Now, I've had friends who were like, wow, you're wasting that on a mixed drink. I think, no, I'm making my mixed drink taste better. And I like it better than the Blanco. Although there are some very nice tasting Blancos.
well, it's
as
not like it's añejo or it's not like expensive.
Yes, it's not like it's been sitting around in a barrel for 10 years. It's
Half
probably
ounce.
been sitting around for more like 6 months to 1 year.
Grand Marnier.
Marnier. Excellent way to go with them, Marnier. Yes.
Again, other people will do different proportions, but this is what I like.
But I like. And you know
And
what? You do what
half
you like.
ounce fresh lime juice.
It's a really good way to go.
For fun, I'm going to, because the rest of it's not fun, but
No, the rest of
I'm
this
kidding.
has been extreme pain this
I
whole
had
time.
a couple of dashes of Hella Mexican chocolate bitters.
Well, Mexican chocolate. And this is a classic drink from south of the border
Exactly.
right there.
Exactly.
There are a number of stories about where this came from.
Well, I was about to say, even if it didn't, oh, you already iced me.
Oh yeah, you're ready to go. And some of them are extremely implausible. The most likely dates from the 40s. But it's such a simple sour that you think it was probably invented 5 times.
Okay.
Ping. And then what do you do?
I'm going to strain it into a cocktail glass with a salted rim.
Hello. That's a good way to go. We don't always have that sort of thing prepared, but if we know that we're doing this on the air, then we're going to go. And I was thinking to myself, I'd really like that salt to stick and stay there. So instead of my usual is to take
It mostly filled the glass.
the half a lime, and then you just like go around the glass to just get it wet and a little sticky, and then it'll hold the salt. But that tends to fall off.
I'm going to use a twist.
So I actually use simple syrup, and that's going to hold much better. There we
Oh,
go.
perhaps a martini for Peter Fonda's birthday
Fonda's.
tomorrow. Oh,
Fondini.
Fondatini. I love it.
Well, he was a classic too, wasn't he? That's the way to go, hey? I don't even need to taste that because I know it's good. We've had this many times. That's our formula around these parts. Marnier makes it really nice. You would definitely you're absolutely better off using a higher quality orange liqueur. The bottom shelf stuff, no. What do you need?
Spray.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And you need one of these then.
Yep, I'll take a towel.
I'll take a towel.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Oova. And I would shy away from the
Oh,
bottom shelf
Richard Belzer.
with your orange liqueurs because they're not that good. You don't have to go on to the top of the mark. If you wanted to kind of save a bit on the Marnier, there's always Grangala, which is also a brandy based. It's using it like Italian brandy. And it's got a really nice flavor profile, and that's usually probably about half the price for the bottle.
That's going to disappear quickly.
You know how it is? Now, Marnier is Marnier,
Julie,
and it's
I'll send
awfully
you one.
nice, and I would use it any day of the week. There's also Cointreau, which is like legendary, respected, etc. Usually it's what's called for in this. If you're upgrading your margarita, good idea. Good idea, that. So there we have it. Now, I need to do the same.
Yes.
I will take that tequila, please.
Oh, yeah, you want the blue, don't you?
I would like the blue.
Yep.
Yes. I'm going to do a variation. I'm going to make mine blue, which is so far out, you don't even know what I'm doing. Nobody ever does this.
I'm licking the rim.
Well, that's the general idea now, isn't it?
Mom would be proud of me.
I was about to pour 4 ounces because that's my usual around here because
I'll just make 2.
I mix for 2.
We'll drink it.
I mix for 2. And then I said, hold on, 2 ounce pour, there you go. If you're ever wondering about the markings on this glass, are they accurate? You know, I tried that one day. It was literally ounce by ounce. I was like, yeah, they are. They are. Surprising.
You could make 2. Just do it.
We have other things to make, or I could just make another one as it goes along. Again, ½ ounce worth of your lime juice.
Although we might want to do a tropical, though.
We might, well, if we've got this sort of Don Beach thing going on, folks. That's a good way to go.
Right, Eric. Yeah, he was talking about Richard Belzer. He was in a rare situation that he played a character that started on one show and went on another show, more well known. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Interesting.
Those people really have great careers, I gotta say.
That is a franchise to beat the band.
Peter, you could definitely use triple sec.
How many times I say to myself, must be nice to be Dick Wolf. Every time that man turns around, ka-ching,
I know.
ka-ching, ka-ching. But it's like they're, and a lot of it is just this sort of routine police work stuff.
Yeah.
It's like watching Dragnet, which itself had longevity on television. It's amazing. It's just you watch these shows where it's just like filling out forms. Yeah, what do you think, Joe? Well, I don't know about that. We're gonna try the next Tuesday. What about the ham sandwich? Oh, I don't know. I don't feel like that today. And you watch this for like half an hour. What the hell? But Dick Wolf, man, he's got a thing. And like the people who are on those shows, like that takes care of them. So that's what that's all about. Hey. Thank you very much.
Sure.
I like to use orange bitters to punch it up. And
you hear about people saying like, "Oh, I don't want to get typecast as a character or whatever." I'm like, 99% of the actors in the world would give their eye teeth for that kind of job security.
Typecast me, please. You know, paid for my house in Mamaroneck. And
paid for my house in Malibu.
If I'm using the orange liqueur, and it's like not a Marnier, I like
Clinton?
to punch it up. And these are orange bitters that this one over here made, the Velveteen Lounge orange bitters, which are
Clinton, when you get home. Have one when you get home.
So, we're going down.
Oh, the blue is blue curacao.
Yes.
So orange flavored, but blue. So,
blue.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's basically a margarita that's blue because of the blue curacao. If you're going to, I always say this, if you're thinking about blue curacao, I recommend that's pretty easy to get, I think, is the Giffard.
It's gotten more easy to get.
Yeah, it's really easy to get a bad blue curacao.
Oh, it is. Far too easy. I'm just going to say this once and never say it again. If the brand that you're looking at has 2 L's side by side in its name, I would tend to shy away.
I have 2 L's side by side in my name.
True. But you don't make liqueurs. No. You make excellent
bitters.
Actually,
I do make liqueurs.
You do make liqueurs.
But Kelly's not the word he's thinking of.
No, and you don't put your name on it, so, no. You know.
I don't.
Shake on ice!
I'm just licking the rim. That sounds really porno, but...
Boom. Perhaps. And it's not that kind of show, folks. So if you've tuned in for that, I'm sorry to say. All you're going to see is a couple of us having a few drinks. That's it. I'll take that glass, please.
Oh, here we go.
Yep. That's what she said.
That's what she, exactly. Exactly.
You know, it's that classic, blah, 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 in bed. So, I think,
Yeah, Robin Williams was a very
Yeah.
talented actor. Not that the people on Law and Order aren't. They just aren't as famous as most of
Not
them
as
as
well known.
Robin
Yeah.
Williams. So, job security.
Look at that blue.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it for job security in Didi.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for margaritas.
Thank you.
Maybe feel free to try that. All right, so this one, 2 ounces of the reposado. If you happen to have like a really nice Blanco, well, there's nothing
Yep.
wrong with that whatsoever.
It's good.
If you happen to have
And
a
it
really
tastes
nice,
different from this. 'Cause I have
oh,
the
there's
Grand
nothing wrong
Marnier.
with that. If you have really nice añejo, save that for the snifter and sip that. This is as far as you need to go. 2 ounces of the reposado, ½ ounce of the blue curacao, ½ ounce of the lime juice. You can use lemon juice, no big diff. And I used a good heavy dash of the orange bitters. Excellent choices would be Angostura, widely found, the Reagans, which taste a little different, and of course the Fees, which was the only one on the market for a long time, so I definitely give them props, and they have a really, really nice orange bitter. So don't overlook the Fees, if you can get them.
Eric's saying there are characters I wished would have stayed on for the long haul. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they get rid of characters, and it's not always that the actors wanted to leave.
Other things happen.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Show business is weird.
It's true. I'm going to follow your lead and add a peel.
All your lead lick the rim of the glass.
Thing you gotta do. And I will do that thing where I take the lime peel and give it a and then we have a little bit of
I'm glad I'm not-
lime essence on the top.
I'm glad I'm not getting my blood pressure checked tomorrow.
Yeah, well, this would actually probably level off the blood pressure, wouldn't it?
I thought salt made it. Oh, I don't know. Does salt make it go up? I thought it
Yeah,
did.
sodium actually enhances it. Now, if you're actually doing a salt lick, I don't know if you're going to get that kind of effect overnight, but so
Oh, 2 cups limeade.
orange quarter
juice.
cup
Cups of,
simple,
oh, there you
cold soda,
go.
sugar and course for rim.
All right, yeah, that's like a mocktail margarita.
Yeah, and the limeade
Sounds
should
good.
actually keep that pretty tart. You can always like grab a lime for garnish and give it a squeeze just to get a little fresh going on there to counteract that. There you go. That you could have that for a while.
I haven't seen that many episodes of CSI, but I would like it because I like all those shows.
Yeah, all these things.
Margarita.
Margarita. Hello, Amy.
Hi, Amy. Good to see you.
Likewise.
All right. I've mostly completely licked the salt off.
Some members of the audience be proud. I am just saying.
And my mom would be so proud.
It's a thing. So here we go. Clinky drinky. So there's nothing particularly complicated here. This is a fairly standard margarita
Put it
formula,
down.
although I have certainly seen formulas which use more in the way of the balance of ingredients, because this is not a very large cocktail size glass. And if you get one of those margarita glasses with like the big saucer shaped bowl, if you want to fill that, it's probably about 4 of these, which is okay if you have a lot of time on your hands. But chances are they're thinking you're grabbing a large plastic
Mom's so proud.
a large plastic jug
Eric's the saltaholic
that's
too.
sea green color, and you're supposed to pour it in. So like this is a full strength drink. This is like the same strength as a martini. It just happens to be a sour. You might actually take this down a
Yeah.
little faster.
Kind of.
Maybe take it a little slower. I don't know. But that's to be borne in mind. It's not like this is some sort of like sissy thing that's like, oh well, this is the girly drink or whatever, This is lighter.
Gettysburg, ma'am,
No, it's
I'm
not.
with you. I like
No,
a
it's not.
tahini rim as well.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Oh, iced tea.
Oh yeah,
true.
I see. I love him on Law and Order.
He has that
Finn.
cadence.
He's Finn.
He has that
Yeah.
very that accent and that condescending cadence to everybody. He's usually talking to some heinous characters. So you're like, yeah, go Finn, He's talking to some complete idiot who needs to shut up. And then you have to get like totally forgetting the character's name. Who's the chief who comes in?
Oh, Olivia Benson.
Yeah, Olivia. You got to get Olivia there to say, you need to stop talking. And she's right too. Yeah, it's like you know something. You need to see an attorney, and you need to shut the hell up right now. So that's the thing, because they start yakking, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, that's incriminating. I can tell that from here.
Oh God.
But definitely.
TV.
Well, like mother,
I
like
love
daughter
TV.
with the salt. This is one of the few things that I will take where I think the salt rim really enhances it. Because I find that that level of salinity is like a little too much. But in this case, it's like,
I'm like,
no, this is like, it's balancing off the sour nicely, and it's a good thing. Same thing with cooking. It's like you need to get that going. It's not like you're going to, say, cook a turkey or a big roast or anything and not just salt the hell out of it. You're going to use a lot. Put a lot in there because you've got to actually punch up the flavors. And it's not like I'll make a big bucket of popcorn and not throw down the salt liberally. You've got to do that or you're eating cardboard. So that's what starches, man. They gotta counteract somehow.
Yep.
But I will have very few drinks with the salt rim and like them. And this one is
You got to give it a lot of salt and fat.
salt and fat.
Like a potato.
Potato definitely needs. You don't have to go like full butter, although I tend to. I'm not a fan of the sour cream, but if you like it, go to town. Chives are okay.
I like chives.
Yeah, you like the chives.
I hear people next door.
I hear people.
I think people are finally moving in next door. They bought the house like 2 months ago.
Easily.
Nobody's been there, but I hear voices.
I hear voices. No, she's quoting, of course. Anybody? You're not going to get that. The Hassles from a song which was not anywhere near a hit, but they made a scopatone, so it's easily found.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Gettysburg Man, you're not the first person that's asked this question. I am wearing KVD liquid lipstick.
Liquid
I will
lipstick.
try to find
A link.
the
to throw
link
that on.
for you because, yeah, it's like, it wears like iron.
Some years ago, whilst doing this show, she was using different products, and some things were not as durable.
Yeah.
And she would have to reapply, and she'd have to ask me,
Yeah.
does this run? Is this still even? Etc. And there was a lot of hassle. So she just said, screw this, switching to better quality stuff, and she's been there ever since. So she'll ask me from time
Yeah.
to time when we're shooting, and I'll say,
It's,
no.
It's the one that was
No,
started
it's
by
good.
Kat Von D,
Oh,
but
okay.
she doesn't own the company anymore. But it's
Thus the KVD.
Everlasting Longwear Liquid Lipstick.
Mm-hmm. No, Everlasting is correct. Good stuff, waterproof, holds up,
Yeah.
bang. No problems with this ever. Doesn't transfer to things the way that some of them do. So definitely would recommend against the cheap stuff, as in most things. I'm not recommending the top of the barrel because cosmetics can really drain the wallet.
Oh, you're so
yeah.
welcome. I learned from
Pardon.
a lovely young man who worked at Sephora, who was wearing way more makeup than I was, that you gotta look for liquid lipstick and liquid eyeshadow. Because like once I got to liquid eyeshadow, I never looked back because you can cry, you can anything, and
I think it's
just stays on.
essentially more of a paint
Voices carry, yeah.
than a wax. So that's a good idea.
Oh, Amy says, I think I'm the only person who doesn't salt a margarita. Amy, sometimes I don't either. If I'm in a hurry and don't want to bother, I don't.
Yeah.
White wine, Peter. Yes. Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
you. Maybe you prefer a sugar rim. Maybe you prefer no rim. You, if you like that in your margarita, it's good. I know that there's certain things you're going to shy away from because, and that is wise. And salt may be one of those.
Voices
things. Or
do
maybe you just
carry,
don't like
Eric. They're
So there you go.
carrying into my house.
I'm hearing them. Yeah, seriously.
Fortunately, our bedroom's on the other side, so you have to be pretty darn loud in that house to bother me.
We used to hear it from that direction when it was renters, and they would get into these screaming fights at 2 or 3 in the morning. And if I could hear it in my bedroom on the other side of the house, I thought, oh my, that's the thing. But that changed up. White wine I will cook with like any day of the week. Red wine I'll cook with any day of the week. One thing I will not use is cooking wine, which has salt added. So there's no point to that. You're going to add your own salt.
Well, I feel like if you're in a place that has cooking wine and you need to cook something, watch the salt.
Watch the salt. That's very true. But really, if you see a product
Amy,
called
yes.
cooking wine, it has the salt added so you don't just drink it as wine because it's sold in the supermarkets. But
Amy is correct
honestly, it's
about
just cheap
Urban
wine.
Decay. Yeah, that's another
yeah.
brand to look for.
Yeah, I've seen that one listed promoted pretty heavily at your old Sephora there, and that looks like good stuff.
Eric, Paul has a story about this. He says the guy living next to me always sounds like he's moving furniture at night. Paul has a story.
I was just telling you this myself, or telling you again, that.
Yeah. I highly recommend the KVD liquid lipstick.
Second apartment I lived in New York was in Brooklyn, much like the first apartment. No, third apartment. This was the third place, and moved in
Also in Brooklyn.
with a roommate, and we got new upstairs neighbors at one point, and there was a point where I suddenly was being woken up in the middle of the night by what sounded like somebody taking a steel case, like something the size of a suitcase, but sheet steel, and turning it end over end. Bang, 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 to one end of the circuit, and then turning it back again. It was just like from one end to the other, it was going on. And it was just keeping me up
a really
at night.
sad
And I was
story,
getting
actually.
terrible, terrible sleep. I know what the hell it was. I know what's going on. And it's not like I was going to go up and say, well, what's happening, dude? But I happened to go up there one day for some other reason and was talking to the guy. And I look in and I notice that they have a puppy and they've got it in a cage. And the cage has a floor that you can remove to clean things out. So the puppy was on a chain, and it was just bang, bang, bang on that sheet of metal.
It was on a chain and in a cage, though? That's awful.
Well, they were just trying to keep the dog still and not tear things up, I guess. But honestly, inside an apartment, you don't really need to do that. And you certainly didn't need to keep me up at night. Eventually, they moved out. That was good.
we lived in apartments like that, too.
Middle of the night is usually the time when such things happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And that can be entertaining, too. It all depends.
The apartment in New Rochelle, we could hear a lot.
We could hear things, yeah. I don't think I ever heard that. I've heard that a few times in hotel rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Passing by hotel rooms.
Yeah.
And I think, oh, well, somebody's having fun. What the hell? It's not really a negative thing, per se, so we're okay with that, you know? You know, if I hear people fighting and whatnot, I think, oh, come on, people. You know, life's too short, please. Life's too short.
She was entertaining, the woman who lived. We're still talking about her. They moved out, like, what, a year ago? At least.
Better part of a year ago, yeah.
We're still talking about her, so clearly she made an impression.
Yeah. Fun, neat stuff.
She made an impression on her boyfriend's truck, that's for sure. It was negative when I was 12 and had to get up the next morning for school. Yeah, I can see how that would be.
Yeah, I can kind of hear that.
New Rochelle. Did we live near the Patries? Not far. New Rochelle's not that big.
New Rochelle. I don't think we... Well, actually, come to think of it, to look at
New
the
Rochelle's
houses
not that big.
around there, where would the Petries have lived? They might have lived down near the water, where there were some pretty fancy houses.
We lived down near the water.
We weren't far. And those were probably $1 million houses at the time, but they were just right on the Sound. So yeah,
we had a tragic apartment, but
yeah, it was There were some nice buildings on that block, which would have been pretty good property, although it was fairly apartmented. But if you looked around the city, there were other places to live that had some really nice houses, usually older, usually like 1920s style houses. Some pretty big houses. We know of a couple who live in New Rochelle now, and they do have a substantially sized house. It's true.
They have a lovely house.
They do, it's true.
The apartment we lived in was a house that was subdivided into 6 apartments.
Into a bunch of stuff.
No, 4. 4 apartments.
4, correct.
And that it was a sick building, I learned later. Because it had, like, I have never in my entire life before or since had asthma.
But you were suddenly really
And I suddenly had asthma. Like, I would wake up in the middle of the night. I couldn't breathe. It was terrifying. And it was that building. But the other funny thing about that building was when we first moved in, we had a rolling desk chair. And the floor had the slightest slope. So you put the desk chair down, it would just roll to the other side of the room.
Sitting in the chair, you're sort of tilting over, you know.
How are the pizzerias in New Rochelle? Good. And there was an Italian restaurant there that was great.
Yeah, excellent Italian place.
Yeah.
I think gone now. I can't recommend it. There was also a place like one...
Oh, that's gone?
I think that's gone now. Frankie and Johnny's, it was. Excellent, excellent food. There was also a place called Augie's, which I think was just like one town away, which used to advertise on the TV, like, you know, and when you're done, take away your Augie doggy bag. So obviously they were serving some pretty big portions, but the place we went was serving pretty big portions. It was pretty serious. And pizzerias, I remember there was a great coal oven place that we would go to.
Yeah.
And there was at least a place or two that looked like they had good slices. So I can imagine it's good because look, I've had pizza many times next door in Pelham, and they're serving a really good neighborhood pie. So if you're serving lousy pizza in New Rochelle, you're out of business, pal. Just saying.
You know, we were having this discussion last night. You can't really get away with serving bad pizza in New York. You won't stay in business.
It's going to be gone. People know what's good pizza.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Lombardi's. It doesn't have to be like your favorite slice ever. Because there's a whole ton of New York City pizza that's like Famous Original Ray's, which is a different kind of pie.
Well, all the Rays.
All the Ray's.
And there are
Ray's, Original Ray's, Famous Original Ray's, Ray Berry.
Well, and then there are all the ones that are Patsy. That's not necessarily, like, some of them are pizza, but it's like there's Patsy's Restaurant, Patsy's Pizza, and it's like not all the same Patsy. So.
One of them was the joint where Sinatra used to hang out, and then there's the whole pizzeria joint that wasn't the one, which is very good, that Patsy.
Oh, Carradine. So. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I like silent agreement.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about some of our other neighbors. It's like, you know, if you're having a bad day or something, or like if their kid is melting down, I'm like, you know what? You're great.
The best
Love you.
thing in these cases, of course, is to let the freak out take its course and then move on. Right. And there you go.
Oh, Peter says, I remember St. Mark's Pizza.
St. Mark's Pizza. I don't think I ever had St. Mark's Pizza, but I used to have a lot of pizza on not Delancey. I got to figure out where this was.
On not Delancey.
On not Delancey. Yeah. There was a joint I used to go to that would do a slice with fresh garlic. That was wow. That would ward off vampires. That was really good.
Wow.
Was a real wow. It was a real Lulu.
That was a Thin Man reference.
Yes, it was a real wow.
It was a wow.
Well, I'm dry.
I know. I was wondering if we wanted to do something for Don Ernest Gant's birthday.
Yeah, like whatever long name he had, which is probably also
Ernest
fictitious.
Beaumont Gant.
Yep, that's him. That's
why he
renamed himself. Yeah.
Ernest Beaumont Gant.
Well, if you're gonna do a Don Beach, then give me 10 minutes to figure out all the ingredients and all the proportions, and we'll set it up. You know, or we can do something really easy like a Planter's Punch.
Nah. I would do a Mai Tai before I would do a Planter's Punch.
He, of course, had a Mai Tai, which
isn't the Trader Vic's Mai Tai.
Nobody.
I don't feel like we could do the Trader Vic's Mai Tai because it's
nobody ever
Ernest Beaumont Gant's birthday.
Makes the Don Beach Mai Tai, despite the fact that he made a lot of noise about inventing the Mai Tai. But nobody ever drinks that. People drink something that actually tastes like the Trader Vic Mai Tai. That's the kicker right there. I think we know who invented the drink.
I was halfway thinking it's Ash Wednesday and no longer Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
But I saw the hurricane mentioned recently. I was like, that sounds good. Which is also not a Don Beach drink, but anyway.
Very true.
It's a Pat O'Brien's drink.
Pat O'Brien's drink. But speaking of which, there you are, back to Patsy's.
I know.
Well, that is available. We have excellent room over there to do it, but I believe we are now out of the passion
fruit, yeah.
But we do have passion liqueur, which is a good sell.
It's not the same thing.
Oh. Next time.
Not the same.
Next time.
Okay. What can we do for Don Beach? Focus.
Focus? You're asking me to focus.
Focus. Let's focus.
I'll go get the Don Beach drink and figure it out.
I'll get it.
I get it.
All right.
You're busy.
We have 2 Don Beach drink books.
Truth be told.
He just wanted to step away. Bring rum while you're at it. Oh, Elizabeth says, made a jet pilot with Beach Bum Berries zombie blend, and hubby made a margarita, so we're both celebrations covered. I love it. Okay, all right.
Jet pilot.
Let's see what he brings.
Is a Don Beach drink, although we tend to make the one that's the luau version.
Yes. Or as some of our friends call it, the jerk pirate. Because that's what you call it after you've had a few.
I could potentially whip up a jerk pirate. No, a Werner Falernum. No.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
I guess we need a trip to the store.
Yeah.
I don't know how that could possibly be. I feel like we go to the liquor store a lot. But we'll find something. We'll pull it together. I think this might be the last week of the snowmen. It's going to be March next week. So they may be going away. But we'll see. All right. See which book he brings. The funny thing about Don Beach drinks is they have so many ingredients that sometimes you're making one and you forget where you are.
And then after have the drink, you forget where you are again.
Hi, Arcade. Good to see you.
Hey,
Amy says I had
right.
trade wins the other night. All right.
Well, here we go.
Right,
this
here we go.
is the book that should tell you what you need to know.
What do we have flagged?
Hawaii Tropical Rum Drinks and Cuisine by Don the Beachcomber. This was actually published by his ex-wife. I think it was his second wife.
There's something flagged there.
There is. Let's see what the hell I flagged. La 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 la. That was the Beachcomber's Rum Barrel. Well, that's
we actually have that rum barrel.
That's not going to knock you on your keister. We do have this exact rum barrel, though.
Oh, Peter's asking what we'll put in place of the snowman. I don't know yet.
We have to
I
see.
don't know. I forget what was there.
Yeah, got to remember. A lamp. A lamp was there.
Oh, we had Christmas stuff.
There was a lava lamp there too, which is probably this one. We are going to have to sub for the grapefruit. We don't have orange juice. We do have fashionola because you made it. We can definitely come up with the honey mix. Got the lime. We got the soda. We got the rums.
Is that a good idea? I feel like that. I don't know. It looks like a lot of work.
The work is not the problem. The problem is subbing the two juices.
Well,
don't
know. All right, next.
Next one. Beachcomber's daiquiri is very simple.
Eh.
Yeah, meh. Next. There we go. Planter's rum punch. Jamaica Dagger Punch rum. That hasn't been on the market in 50 years.
We'll find something.
Somebody's funning you.
Beachcomber's good.
Lime passion.
We don't have passion fruit juice. We have passion fruit liqueur. Do we have light rum?
Probably not.
I might do another margarita variation.
I think what the Don Beach drinks is they're either deceptively simple.
They have like 8,000
but involving
ingredients.
like something you don't have, or they're like a ton.
Oh, Don's Martini.
This takes like 30 days.
I don't have 30
I don't.
days.
He's literally, you take the
I
bottle
don't have 30 days.
of rum, no, a bottle of gin, and you put it inside a cleaned out carton of milk into which you put water so that it freezes a block of ice around the gin, and then you let it sit there for like forever until it attains a syrupy consistency. He wants it to be icy cold. I'm sure it's lovely, and I'll let Don Beachcomber actually make it for me. So here we go.
What?
Colonel Beach's Plantation Punch. Rum, dark, rum, ginger beer. Got it. Lime, angostura.
I think I might just do another margarita.
Yeah, just do that.
I'll do a margarita variation. It'll be fun.
You know,
okay.
the Don stuff tends to be a real pain in the neck. Although Cobra's
I'm on those.
Fang, could I mix that up?
Well, in the meantime, I'm going to do a margarita
Very nearly.
variation.
I could do that.
Cobra's Fang, Amy just said.
Well, that's it then.
All right.
Oh.
Well, would you like to do that first?
No, because I need to gather ingredients, but I can get
Okay.
you going.
So let's see what I feel like doing here.
And the great thing is...
Take your silver linings where you may. Oh, yeah. Okay, pardon me 1 second.
Vamp?
I'll be back.
Go ahead to vamp.
I'll be back.
Cobra's Fang is actually not that many ingredients. It's pretty ordinary. About the length of a Trader Vic drink, which tends to be about 6 ingredients. And these are all reasonable. I see some of these Don Beach drinks where I think, you're putting 3 drops in there just to screw with us, aren't you? Because I'm not getting it. So that's just to make it complicated.
I'm going to
and
try
of course,
something.
he naturally made it complicated with the things he was doing so that his bartenders would not necessarily know what was going on and couldn't leave him and then go to another bar.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like you kind of want your bartenders to know what's going on, but...
Well, he did, except that they were mixing with from number 5,
No,
number 7, number 3.
I've heard the story.
2 ounces of rum, 2 ounces of gin, whatever, that kind of stuff.
I've heard the story,
You know how it is.
but
Yeah.
still and all. Okay. All right. I have a good idea here. I'm going to do a margarita variation that's going to have the cappuccino, the Boracay cappuccino, and some chocolate bitters.
Interestingly.
Spoiler alert, I already know it's going to be good, but...
I'm going to make something inside the blender because he specifies it, and what the heck.
Starting with 2 ounces of my Reposado tequila again.
Reposado tequila!
Now, look at that. The bottle grows low. Okay. And then, instead of my orange that I did last time, I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of Boracay. And then a 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
What-o?
I kind of distorted the cap.
Could
The
you
cap's a
pass
little bit
me
cheap.
the ginger liqueur, please?
Yes. All right. You're going to tell people what you're doing, right?
Of course.
Okay. All right. 1/2 ounce fresh lime juice. All right. And then I'm going to do some of the Hella Mexican chocolate bitters. But I'm going to do more this time. I'm going to do like 7 dashes. You iced me again. All right. Let's go back and check the comments.
That is, I put ice into your shaker.
Here we go. All right.
Okay.
What would a Captain Kangaroo inspired margarita involve? I don't know. I gotta think about this.
Make it with a rum base. He's a captain. There you go.
Well, I was thinking of Mr. Green Jeans.
Which makes me think of Frank Zappa. So there we go. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Mid
glass.
Ounce of orange juice and then okay.
That'll. Oh, do we have some chilled glasses?
Yes, we do.
I'll take a chilled glass.
Okay. Can you
Are we
reach
still
down?
here? I can.
Right next.
All right. That.
Wow.
They're all tangled up in each other. Okay, I got it. All right, it's not salted, but I'm going to strain into a chilled glass. It's a pretty color. Look at that. All right, this is going to be very mocha, I think. Ooh, I'm a fan of this. Don't eat the yellow snow. Yeah, no.
Ah.
Good idea not to.
Good suggestion while it snows on people.
I'm a fan of this. I'm definitely getting the coffee and that cappuccino. We just tried this last week. It's the Boracay Cappuccino by Tandway, which is a rum distiller, but it's this Philippine rum with natural flavor. I was quite enjoying it. It was a nice thing to sip after dinner. I'm not sure I consider it a cocktail by itself, but it's a lovely ingredient in a cocktail. And if you're gonna sip it by itself, I think it's a nice substitute if you want dessert, but you don't want food. Put it that way. You don't want food. I knew this would happen. He's making a Don Beach drink. And now he has to collect like 87 ingredients. What are you looking for there? Oh, is that out there?
Oh yeah, you made it. It's over here.
I did. I made fashionola.
This one.
The recipe was in the Ohana magazine after last Ohana. But yeah. And it came out great. Oh, Amy says, what kind of rum? Oh, the Tandway. They were at Ohana a couple of times, Tandway. They were rum sponsors. It's a Philippine rum company. They're the ones that had the inflatable tent. Yes. But I don't think they were there last year. But yeah, they make a lovely rum and this Boracay stuff. Boracay cappuccino. I don't know if they have other flavors of the Boracay. But I got this for my birthday. You gotta close the door because I really have to sneeze.
Oh. What?
It suddenly got very cold in here.
I'm gonna raise.
Okay.
Trying to raise the slams around here.
Okay. So many ingredients. He brought in 3 kinds of rum.
I'm telling you, these damn Don Beach drinks.
Don Beach. Don Beach, man, it's no joke. Okay.
No, he really is.
All right.
It's ridiculous.
So. Oh no, he's getting more ingredients. This will be the second time today I have quoted this same line from Tootsie. Will he be back?
The great thing about asking about this drink is that we in fact have the Cobra's Fang mug. And this actually came to us from not Oriental Trading. This was Whittier.
Oceanic Arts.
Oceanic Arts.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it even says Oceanic Arts. They had these on the shelf. They had them made special, and they still had them in stock. And it was an ordinary price. So we just bought one of these. I was like, that's cool. And it's a kind of a very compact size. It's not this massive mug that you see. Mug inflation, it's real.
Oh, you know what? I forgot.
What have you forgotten?
The lime twist. We have all these lovely twists. Why not
The lime twist.
You know what you could also use for a garnish in this would be a coffee bean.
So, anyway, I've been mixing up a whole bunch of stuff.
Is this for you?
This is me, and this is, could you just dump that right in, please? That's my 1/4 ounce of Fashionola. What the hell is Fashionola? Well, it's like a fruit punch syrup. You could almost substitute like Hawaiian punch or something.
Hi,
but it's not
Dennis.
quite that flavor. Hey!
And hi, David. Good to see you. All right.
Hey, Dennis, you're just in time for the Cobra's Fang. Ooh.
Yes, David, we
beach
just heard that
action.
today about Don the Beachcomber. Yeah, they're planning to expand. Yes, we did hear that just today. So
I mean, please.
Happy birthday, Don.
If they're ready to go, because I know they had that one location in Huntington Beach. We're there at least once and had a lovely, there twice, had a lovely time and got some mugs. And then next thing you know, there's a problem and like, they had to close. Fooey.
Oh, Amy, I don't know if they had the Boracay.
I don't
at
remember
Ohana.
seeing it.
I don't
there.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that because they had some really nice aged product. They had their flagship product, which itself is just, that's like a Mai Tai rum. Right out of the bottle. That's right.
Elizabeth says, just scored the Beach Bum Berry Zombie Blend and love it.
Hello.
One bottle. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hello.
We don't have that here.
Oh, and zombies, jet pellets, and Cobra Fight.
Oh,
yeah.
Marcy says, yeah, they did. Yeah. We just heard
bottle.
that today.
Liter
Yes.
bottle. Oh,
very exciting.
Hello, Marcy.
All
Good to see.
right.
All right. So anyway, I'm going to finish out what the hell I'm doing here, and then we're going
It's
to
a Don Beach
blend
drink.
it up
He probably lost track.
for real, for Pete's sake. You need a 1/2 ounce of 151 using the lemon heart because in one of these things you need to have something heavy. You're either using lemon heart or Goslings, and I don't know if there's anything else on the market in a high proof that has that kind of flavor. So it's one of those things for sure.
Okay, Cobra's Fang.
But lemon heart is Demerara for sure, and it's very nice, very flavorful. I do not drink this stuff straight. It's 151 proof, people.
Okay, I was not writing down what you did, so I hope you can remember after.
Oh, I'm going to read it to you.
Oh, okay. Are you?
I'm yet not ready to read it to you.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say you didn't do that, and I just
Because
missed it. Right?
for me to start like pouring ingredients, 15 minutes later, you've totally forgotten what the hell I was doing. Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought was happening
this
right now.
is such a pain in the neck that I, in fact, am going to do something I never do on the air: take a nip. Yeah. Straight up, baby.
Ay, Dennis.
Ay. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I could use the Angostura bitters, please.
I brought over all these other bitters.
Except for the Ango, which, is such... You need to have this in your arsenal because... And it's in your supermarket. Always have some Ango on hand.
I feel like we need like a conveyor belt. Like, oh, I need that other ingredient. I'll just have it conveyed over here.
So I'm going to read this off to you now to describe to you what the hell is going on with this blasted thing. The Cobra's Fang, from Don the Beachcomber, from the actual book by, Phoebe Beach there, and we're done, Arnold Bittner, whoever the hell he was. So this is a 1/2 ounce of lime juice.
Okay. I'm putting fresh lime juice.
Always have fresh lime juice. Don't get the plastic lime, but you know that by now. No, not happening.
Okay.
Not roses, that's a very different product. A 1/2 ounce of falernum. We don't have that right now, so I faked the flavor. Don't worry about it. You're not going to tell.
If you don't get that joke, we'll explain it in a minute.
1/2 ounce of orange juice. Oh, I didn't put the orange juice. No, I did. 1/2 ounce of orange
That's
juice.
what happens. You forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking, but we don't have orange juice. But we have oranges. So I squeezed some fresh. That is fresh.
He did. I see it over there. Look at
see
that.
it. Look
Okay.
at that.
All right.
Okay.
What else?
1/4 ounce of the Fashionola. This is a sort of, fruit punch syrup that was used.
How do you spell Fashionola again?
Fassioniola.
That's what I had, and that looked wrong. Okay.
Yeah, but there it is. Yeah. Interestingly, if they capitalized Fashionola, I don't know why. But there we go. So if you're thinking to yourself, where the hell do I get that? I think there's a brand on the market, but she just made it because she found a formula in Ohana magazine.
In Ohana, yeah, Lucky had a
So if you all of you Ohana
recipe.
can find it and make it yourself.
Lucky's recipes in last year's
a
magazine.
bit of work, but I think it was only like 3 ingredients.
Yeah,
so.
No, it wasn't hard.
Yeah, pretty easy. And it's good. It's got a nice heavy fruit flavor to it, and it's a little sweet, and it works. And I used a 1/4 ounce. All of that work, I used a 1/4 of an ounce.
That just means we have more left.
Got more left. A 1/2 ounce of dark Jamaican rum, used the Myers, of course. You could absolutely use Karuba.
I know people don't like Myers, but it's really the only one we can get.
For any kind of price. And locally, it's an idiotic price. We're literally importing this from New Hampshire in order to have this at a price that you can afford. And then a 1/2 ounce of the Demerara 151. That's lemon heart. There is no other that I know of. So that's it.
Hold on. Demerara should be capitalized, though, right?
Yes. That's actually a region.
Yes, I know.
Where they produce the sugar.
I'm just trying to keep it correct. I'm trying to be correct here.
And it says a dash of Angostura bitters, grenadine, and selected herbs. It doesn't specify
which
the
herbs
selected
did you select?
herbs, so I left them out. These idiotic drinks. I swear. Anyway, it's good. I didn't actually put in the grenadine because I think we're out, and sod, whatever. It's like a dash of grenadine. I don't care.
We have grenadine, don't we?
No, we do not. I got to make it again. I thought we had it, and I'm totally wrong.
I'm going.
Anyway, like this looks like nothing. This is a cocktail size thing, so let's throw a lot of ice in there.
Okay.
To make sure that this thing actually will work properly.
All right. So what are you doing? Blend
with ice and pour.
Okay.
I'm literally going to select ice that's kind of small because I'm not going to bother crushing ice right now.
Into what kind of a glass?
Into a Cobra Fang glass. Cobra Fang yeah. But of course.
Sorry.
What else? If you do not have a Cobra Fang mug, you may be able to procure one. And actually, by now, you could probably go to Cocktail Kingdom and find something suitable.
I'm gonna say
small tropical ceramics
or a rocks glass. I'm gonna say that.
I think Dennis, who has chimed in by now, has some glassware that is rather short that has the symbol for a vacuum tube on it. And that is
so cool.
Some kind of awesome, like I have never seen anywhere else.
So
and
cool.
you just want to mix something radioactive in that, man.
Yeah.
Like, whoa! So good.
Okay.
So good. But that's because his father worked for the parts department at RCA. You could get such things. We both operate vacuum tube equipment using RCA vacuum
I don't know if
tubes.
Dennis is still here, but I was thinking of all of this in the Fablemans because his father worked for RCA and they were in New Jersey.
Absolutely. Yeah, he was probably just working out of Harrison.
So anyway,
folks,
I enjoyed that.
Fablemans was enjoyable, certainly from a filmmaker perspective. It's a very loving look at history. It's not some kind of fantastic thing, except that it's a real tribute to the parents and things that went down. And it's a real love letter to movie making. And it's the man's passion.
What are you doing?
That sounds about right.
He's like hand-picking his ice.
Literally, I handpicked the ice.
That's commitment.
Like you're never going to see anywhere else, folks.
Some commitment to some cocktailing.
That's what you get out of this show.
Cocktailing.
I'm not telling you. The Cobra's Fang, shall we?
All right.
I'm putting this guy onto
Blend it. That was nice and loud.
It was. There we go.
Foamy.
A little foamy. I'm going to strain this because I actually threw some peels in there for extra flavor. So here we go. Strain into your cocktail glass.
Or your Cobra's Fang mug.
Here comes Fang mug, which is what I have.
You happen to have one.
And I just
Oh my gosh, all
realized-
those ingredients, and it's only half filling that little mug.
You know why?
No.
Because I forgot. The fact that I have all these peels in here means that I can't just pour this in.
Oh. I was like, wow, all that work for that.
Yeah. Once you pour the ice in, bang, bang, bang.
Do you need a straw?
I'll take a straw.
Okay. Do you want a little straw?
Sure.
All right.
It's a little
Here.
container. So.
I think it's...
That works just
I feel like you need some garnish, though.
I do too. This calls for a lime wheel I don't have.
How about a twist?
I'll take a twist. Big twist. Yeah. Take a big twist.
Let's see what else.
I'm going to give it a squeeze. I'm going to hang it over the edge. Cobra's Fang.
Now I gotta
That's worth it.
have it.
Yeah, that's worth all the work. Now, in an actual operational Don Beach restaurant
that's
circa
good.
1940s, they would have a lot of premixes ready to go, so you could whip this one up like that. And if the guy mixing didn't know
That's
exactly what
good.
was in it, he knew it was number 5, number 7, 2 ounces of rum, bang, zoom, go. And then you got Steve Crane, who comes along, and he's a real Hollywood hustler, and he's like, well, if these guys can do this kind of stuff, I can do it better. And he hires bartenders away from Don Beach and Trader Rick, and he's just all about speed, speed, speed. So he's just like, people are going to order 3 drinks all the time. What's the premix on the Mai Tai? And they mix up gallons of the stuff. And on a busy night, bang, 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 bang. Moving them on.
That is good.
That is good. This is good. I'm talking about
good.
Steve Crane, who was very good at what he did. But this is good. This is good for what it is. This is pretty awesome.
It's good, period. Hi, Abra. Good to see you.
Hello.
Hey.
So nice to see you around.
Oh, here we go. This comment's gonna mean something to you.
Neubauten, be proud. Ha! Ha! I deconstructed the cocktail. Yes, they would.
I'm like, after that, Matt.
Good old Neubauten.
Bam, kick it up a notch. That is, I might request one of those.
Well, I'm glad to make this one
Not
from
tonight.
time to time.
No, not tonight. But I mean, like,
Not only
on the weekend.
do we have the mug to do it in, but we have other mugs that could certainly work just perfectly fine.
That was good.
It's a good, short, round kind of cocktail sized thing, mixed strength thing. Doesn't require this massive tropical mug. You can put some garnish on it like I did. Works fine. And what do we have here? Yes, this is, of course, the well-known mate straw, aka the bombilla. These are actually from Argentina because the fellow I worked with was from Argentina, and he noticed that I had one of these, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, yeah," and so he actually said, "I can get you some." So
That's
he
a good
got me like
colleague.
a 4-pack of these straws, and he said these aren't the fanciest straws, but they're actually very good for what they do.
You know who's also a good colleague?
And who's that? Let's go from there.
The one who brought you this.
Oh yes, I have a colleague who actually brought me the 3-pack. Speaking of the Demerara, of El Dorado, and this is the schmancy El Dorado. What do we have here? We have the 12-year, we have the 15-year, and then there's the 21-year in the little nip-sized
Also
bottles.
a good colleague.
Well, this is like, you could just have a little bit of this and be very happy. I mean, the 12-year is a great, great sipper. 15-year is like, well, we kicked it up a notch, and then 21 years. Good grief. How long must I wait? So this is all kinds of fun. This was just
21-ish years.
He was visiting the old homestead, and he just brought gifts for the office. So, yeah, this came along with that.
Yeah.
And nicely, because a bottle of 21 is very dear in a large size. 12 or 15 you can get these days, probably for about 30 to 40. I think those tend to go. It's a little priced up, but it's not crazy for what it is. It's a very good product. Yeah, both of those. So you used to be able to get the 12-year for like $22. It was really crazy how low that was for something that is really that nice. It's not really something I mix with, but it is definitely something for after hours in a rocks class on a rock. So there we go. But Cobra Sang, hello everybody.
Yes.
You saw how much work went into that. That's just because I don't have all this stuff right here. I have a whole bunch of stuff right there. I have a bunch of stuff right there. I have stuff behind me. But Don Beach drinks, it's like, oh, we need the Fashionola.
Amy
We need the
says
Falerno.
El Dorado 12 is yummy.
Oh, it
Oh,
is.
Eric's
It
asking,
is.
what happened to my other buddies here? I just hope everyone's okay. Eric, I was having the same thought. I just hope everyone's all right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some people are experiencing some pretty severe weather right about now.
Exactly.
So luck to you. I hope you're home or will be soon. And I hope you're dealing because if it's like threatening your power, then big fun. Big fun. We have certainly seen it go out here. And what do you know? We're right across from the power plant. When it goes out, we think, well, we'll get it back on in 5 minutes. But no.
Good one.
It takes a while.
Good one.
We're waiting for the trucks. And every once in a while, we'll just hear this fantastic bang, and you know that another
yeah.
transformer went out. But what is that? That's just like you see them on the poles. That big can is a transformer inside oil. So when it goes bang, it usually catches on fire.
Was it last year or I think it might have been a couple of years ago now. One of them just blew up out in the street, and it was crazy.
Fantastic light. It was a power line blew down. So
but it was spectacular.
It was huge.
It was.
I saw it happen.
It was beautiful.
I was just
to
looking
watch.
out this way, and suddenly it was just this huge arcs of light happening. And I thought, what the power line? Literally, severe weather blew off the pole. And what happens when 600 volts decides to ground itself? Well, it's just like huge sparks.
Oh my gosh!
Huge, crazy stuff. Knocked out the power.
Ooh, Abra's in South Florida. Yeah. Abra, I don't hate you, but I'm jealous.
No hate on you, girl.
Jealous.
No hate on all. Envy, yes, I got that. But I tell you what, order one of these babies. You know, good idea.
Oh, Eric says I'm home a year older with. Yeah, oh, right. Yeah, your birthday. Oh my gosh. Okay, went through a somewhat emotional week trying to clean stuff out of my parents' house. That's hard. That's hard.
Done it?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work because with your parents' house, it was your house. So there's a lot of stuff going on
Envious
there.
of Abra in South Florida.
Hello.
Getty's Revamp says those things crack loud, super loud. Yeah.
When
yes.
When a transformer
and
blows.
And it was crazy. Just
bang.
Like every emergency vehicle, I think, in the entire region was there. And then all the cars that were at the intersection are like, what do I do?
What do you do? Well, stay away.
Yeah.
They talk about leaving a downed power line alone. It's 600 volts. That'll take you out like that. That's like touching a subway rail, the third rail. Yeah, don't do that. Bad idea. And when they're under a lot of stress, and when the parts blow, man. I mean, there are analogies with electronic equipment, usually in the vacuum tube era. When something goes, you're going to hear a lot of noise. You know, these days, it's a little less likely to happen. Usually it just kind of dies on the vine.
But we have one of those transformers right across the street, and
Hanging
our street is very narrow. So sometimes we'll just hear like, boom! And we're like,
Okay. So what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, when the lights go out, you know.
Okay.
Big fun. But that's just a step-down transformer. That's all.
Oh, Eric says, but I did geek out on my birthday. I love it. One of my favorite duos has a new album out. I've been playing the heck out of it. Good! I, on my birthday, did nothing.
I did nothing.
And I just think of Peter in Office Space.
Hey, Peter!
Right. Does anyone else here remember Office Space? I just remember when he's like, what have you done? I did nothing. And it was everything I hoped it would be.
Too much. It is
Music
great
does save us all.
Music soothes everything. I
did nothing. And
if
it was
you have
everything I hoped it would
learned
be.
nothing else about me and us from these broadcasts, we do collect music. And formats, whatever.
Abra loves
Didn't
Office Space, right?
Format
We quote that all the time.
Is irrelevant. We'll play whatever. We have operational tapes still. Compact discs, no problem. LPs, of course. And what else we got here? The big tapes, of course, I like a lot, but they're a little harder to come by.
Samir. I saw the guy who played Samir in Office Space. I saw him in a movie the other day. The Good Nurse.
Which was? Oh,
the
he was
Good
the Good
Nurse.
Nurse.
Yeah, he was playing a doctor in The Good Nurse.
Oh, big fun.
And I was like, oh my, that's Samir.
It's Samir. I've seen him.
Yep, he was in The Good Nurse.
Samir Nahasa not gonna work here anymore. You know.
I'm gonna work here anymore anyway.
I tell you, they really kind of nailed that one. But
Optical Delusion.
Oh,
okay.
big fun. I like the name of it. Yeah. Well, you know, these days there's.
Oh, they're flipping the house. That's weird too. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Oh yeah, kind of strange.
Um.
These days I'm seeing a lot of interesting albums being released, and the thing to do these days, of course, is to make an LP. You cut a record. This is what the kids seem to like. Their vinyls.
The kids.
And the kids in their vinyls, and they're all like $35. I'm like, I remember when a record was $7.
Yeah.
Now it's been a long time since those days, but you know, I think it's possible to get something for more like 25, which is still a little steep. And hopefully the maker of said record will have a little download code so you can just immediately load it, enjoy it, and have some fun. But when we buy a record, we tend to play it.
Elizabeth said, not gonna work here anymore anyway. Exactly.
Not gonna. Yeah.
Oh, Karen, I know. I have relatives who like lived in so many places after the places that I was familiar with. That I get it. I get what you're saying about how I didn't have any attachment to where they were because
all around.
Like some of the furniture and the things they had would be the same, but yeah, they were in different places at that point.
Yeah, it's interesting. My grandparents grew up in a house in Coventry, Rhode Island. I mean, well, they bought a house and they matured there, and then they had a retirement house that they built, and they retired to it and sold the first house. I never knew that house. I think my mother took me by there once and said, "There you go," and it was just sort of an ordinary like row house in urban Rhode Island, and I never knew that at all. So to my mind, like their house was the one on the beach. Well, that was cool. That was a great house. It was lovely. It was just right there on the bay. They had their own little stretch of private beach. You could just walk along there.
But then your
Beachcomb.
aunt and uncle bought it.
Yeah, they decided to retire themselves to that house, and they bought out my mother, and they lived there for years. And it's like, there you are.
That was prime real estate.
Really pretty great to be on a sound.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, we know some folks who live on Long Island Sound, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sweet.
But it's lovely, you know, or sound or obey, you know.
Oh, Karen says I lived in my grandma's house from the 1910s, so I live in a house like that now.
Well,
love it.
Our house dates from the 1930s, and I got to say the lines are great. It's really kind of fun to be in a house like this. It's not so much fun to be in a house that needs more insulation, but that's something that you can provide yourself. Just like the extra plumbing and updated electricity, which we have done.
Oh, Karen's asking how we picked our house. I'm gonna say, okay, before we get into that, I will say, like, we've never done an office space happy hour. I feel like maybe next week we need to do an office space happy hour.
Are we behind? We need some coffee drinks because that's the first thing he does. Is he gets to work and he's like, "Guys, I'm losing it. I got to go out for a coffee." Like.
Tchotchkes.
Peter, it's 9:30. Tchotchkes. Yeah, but I got to, so we got to get some coffee drinks.
Oh, I'm loving this idea. Okay. You said we never had a house. We had a houseboat. No, I'm not sad we never had a house. We had a houseboat.
You lived in a house in Torrance.
That was an apartment.
Okay.
But it was a duplex.
Yeah.
But no, I am not sad we never had a house. Do a drink with flair. Exactly.
There you go.
How many pieces of flair?
It's got
like 15.
It's got 14 pieces. I mean, isn't that what I'm supposed to have?
Oh my God, we have to. We're gonna do an office space happy hour, and we have to like try to outdo each other with flair.
If you're thinking I might have a few pieces of flair,
oh no.
Well,
Oh no. Oh, Barney Miller, that's a good one too.
Barney Miller.
Barney Miller's a good one too.
Dietrich.
All right, we're gonna do office space, and we're gonna do Barney Miller. I needed ideas for March, and here we are getting them. Okay, how we picked our house. So we wanted a house that was on a commuter train line because we didn't want to have to drive into New York City all the time.
Nobody wants to do that. Nobody really does that, really.
I heard about. I was hearing about Orange County, New York, which I had never heard of. Mm-hmm. And I heard about someone who lived in Middletown. So we started ranging out of the New York City area to find homes.
That might be along the affordable line.
And they were not affordable.
No.
They were so expensive. So we were just like kind of pushing out. And we got almost as far out as we could get and still be on a train line. And it's worked out great. I'm not going to lie, our first years up here were very lonely. But
you range away from where you were. And,
yeah.
But the simple fact is we had at that point still been doing a lot of trucking around to other people's events. And here we establish our homestead and our little castle, and we invite people and they come because this is the place to be.
And now we have friends up here, and yeah, it's great. It's
Now-
totally different now. There's a tiki bar in Newburgh, and
There's one.
there are 2 breweries here in Middletown, and it's like
There's
it's
one in Newburgh. There's one in New Paltz. When we moved here, there was a tiki bar in town. Unfortunately,
which like immediately
gone.
closed. Like as soon as we moved up here, it closed.
2 years later,
But,
gone.
yeah,
But yeah, too
not
bad.
2 months. It was quick.
And it wasn't 2 months. It was a couple.
We
years.
went there for my birthday, and then it was gone. So like a year later, let's say a
It
year.
was a couple years. It took a while for
Well,
White
like a
Fountain to
year.
close. I'd look.
But
back.
anyway,
I'm telling you,
but
they lasted longer than that. But it wasn't that long because we've been here 20. And
But we
they
took
were
a
gone long
we took a
time.
ballroom dance class, and we met some lovely people that we're still friends with.
Yes, absolutely.
And then we've met tiki folk in the area since then. So yeah, so we got past those initial lonely years and have met.
There was a while where there
fabulous
wasn't much
people
going
up here.
on. It was very Rust Belt town
Yeah.
at the time, but at these point, I mean, you've got 2 breweries in town. You have the mayor owns a brew pub.
Lots of garnish, lots of flair in the
Kinda
drink, Amy.
There are 3 distilleries that we can throw a rock at. There are wineries around, just like really, really good wineries around.
Yeah.
So you can just do that trail. And then, of course, we have the cider mill that's just down the block. And boy, do they make excellent product.
Yep.
And they're a little supermarket. So they sell a lot of local pies and stuff. And, of course, you can just buy a jug of cider. It's non-pasteurized. Oh, it's just really excellent, fresh products happening locally. You go to the local farmers markets, and there's people who are just selling the pies and the herbs. The people are like, oh, well, like, we grow cattle and we have grass-fed beef. I mean, if you are going to eat beef, I say, don't
Well,
eat cheap
we've
beef.
met people like Peter
You know?
and Marty and Nina and Bruce and Diane, like so many lovely people
Yeah.
that are here that we hadn't met for a few years after we moved here, but it's like now we know them, so
You got to range out a little bit.
yay.
It's always a good
Yay.
idea to take a class at the local college because you'll meet people. And the fact is, we had a local
The
college.
Paramount. He just got tickets to something today at the Paramount.
As a matter of fact.
Yep.
Absolutely. Going to see 1964. I'm going to see a show about the whole year. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, it's kind of fun. So anyway,
Yes, okay, so we're getting votes for Office Space and Barney Miller. Oh, the TPS. There just has to be a drink called the TPS report.
seriously. And it will contain
love this.
something with a T and a P and an S. I think we can make that happen pretty easily. Don't you think?
Well, Eric says, I love this. Okay, this is Barney Miller, but I love this line when I forgot who was notices fish putting rubber bands around his socks. He says so they can stay up. The coworker says, careful. You may
Cut off your
cut
circulation.
off your circulations. I don't have circulation. I saw him, Abe Vigoda. I saw him on the subway one time.
Oh, wow. You really did.
I did.
Hilarious.
I did. Before he died, obviously.
Before he died, you know,
Yeah.
clearly enough.
But, because I'm looking at him, and because this is New York City, right? So I'm looking at him like, wow, he looks like Abe Vigoda. And I'm looking like, that's Abe Vigoda.
You're in New York City. It's Abe Vigoda.
That's the thing. Like, in New
Come
York
on.
City, you see someone, you're like, that looks like so-and-so. It's like, because it's them.
I mean, my best sighting ever was, of course, a very dapper gentleman in a white suit who I'm looking at saying, gee, it looks an awful lot
Bitter
like...
TPS report cocktail. Yes.
That guy in the white suit looks an awful lot like Italian actor Marcello Mastroianni. It's like, no, it doesn't look like him. It is him! You're in New York.
Well, he met celebrities when
Yeah.
he was working
Oh,
in the
sure,
record
yeah.
store. They would just come in.
His
So
wife was
he met
actually
Marcello
at the
Mastroianni.
store looking for some music, and there he was outside having a smoke. I'm like, I really should have just gone outside and said,
You
Signore.
should have fanboyed on him.
Signore. I mean, he's
You
one
were a
of my
film
favorites.
student. You should
Hey,
have fanboyed.
no, it's Mastroianni. Come on.
I'm saying.
Killer.
On the way, like in a
Yeah.
way, it's like that's gross, but in another way, it's like it's
Well-
Marcello Mastroianni, and there you are.
If you're going to
so-
freak out on the man, he's going to say, excuse me. But if you simply say, thank you for the music. You know?
Hi, Phil. Good
Thank
to
you for-
see you.
Thank you for the movies. This is the thing.
Peter's
Hey, Phil.
still waiting for a Doctor Who cocktail.
Oh, you are?
All I can think of right now is Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who.
The TARDIS. That's actually Doctor in the TARDIS. Anyway, dance mixes, kiddios. Dance mixes. I'm trying to think of who else. I never run into anybody on the subway.
Oh my gosh. Karen says,
So
my
you got me on
spouse
that.
worked at a grocery store in London and John Cleese was a frequent shopper. No. Oh, I love it. I love it.
You imagine him squeezing the Charmin, you know? That's the funny thing. I have seen a lot of people on the street who I thought, yeah, you know, that's totally you. I have seen very few people. I don't think I've ever seen anybody on the subway who I thought, hey, wait a minute, that is. We have a friend who actually saw an older gentleman on the subway with a Van Dyke, and he was like, that's Mitch Miller. And it was, which is hilarious.
That's
going
amazing.
back like 20 years because Mitch has been gone a long time. He must have been like 92 at the time. So if you remember Mitch Miller, that will tell you something. KLF, thank you very much. Absolutely. We do happen to own that 12-inch.
Fish called Wanda. I love a fish called
Bing.
Wanda.
Bing.
Oh, that's another good
awesome.
plan to explore
Yeah, fish.
through the world of drinks.
Fish Dietrich. And I'm thinking of Gregory Sierra was on the first seasons of that. I'm totally forgetting his character name. But funny show, which of course was written, produced. Well, it wasn't written by. It wasn't always written by. Produced by the same guy who did President's Analyst. Yeah, that's him.
Theodore something.
Totally out of my mind right now.
All right.
Somebody will look it up and it'll be bang.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, Ted Flicker.
Ted Flicker.
Ted Flicker. Yeah. President's Analyst is hilarious. That is is the most amazing film you've never seen, so go see it. Awesome, great score by Lalo Schifrin. Definitely worth your time. Speaking of Argentina, but definitely. And what else can I say about that? Then later on, literally 10 years later, there he's producing a TV series which runs for years. And it's just another one of these sort of procedural series, but he puts the sort of angst and reality bits into it, and the humor. And it's just it's a great thing. And you've got a great cast. I mean, when you happen to have Hal Linden there as your chief, hello.
I could just pour us some beer, or
I'll take some beer.
Okay. I was gonna say we could do a beer margarita, which purists will scoff at, but
Well, I could take a shot of my beer.
I've had some lovely beer margaritas in my day.
And I'll tell you, this was lovely, and it is quite gone.
I'm trying to dial it down.
Out.
I don't need to have 8,000 cocktails tonight.
No, not even 8.
All right. No. So, I'm having a beer spacer. Kona Light Blonde Ale.
It's a light kind of thing.
It's light. It says so on the
But
can.
it's light. It's
all
so.
right.
Yeah, I'll take a clinky.
Wait, hold on. Sligfield and Roy at my local movie theater.
Ow.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Vegas things even. And William Zabka. Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, there is the follow-up series, which we have been watching.
Cobra Kai.
It's very overwrought, and some of it is a bit contrived, but it is very enjoyable. If you like The Karate Kid, you got to watch the series.
I like Cobra Kai.
Yeah. It's funny
Not
stuff.
gonna lie. It rhymes. Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
I like Cobra Kai.
I like Cobra Kai.
That's refreshing.
That is awfully refreshing.
Yes.
I'm going to throw a little dosage in there just because.
I might put some bitters in mine. I don't know if I need.
Little
I'm
ginger.
not feeling that. I'll put some bitters in.
Little lime. And why not some.
Oh, some lime's not a
orange
bad
bitters?
idea.
I got a
I
little
can
lime
do that
for you.
too. All right. Let's do that.
And I will do some orange bitters just because we're here. And if we're doing Margarita Day, National Margarita Day, it should be Margarita Week.
Week.
Should be Margarita Week. Let's be real. Then why don't we throw in some elements of the margarita? In fact, the lime, the orange.
Do you want some tequila?
No, I think that does the job. But
All
I'll
right.
take that stir stick.
Oh, I licked it. Sorry. I didn't realize you wanted it.
Bingo. Orange and lime. Absolutely. Yeah, orange and lime will get you through a lot
It's
of
National Margarita Day. What can I
Yeah.
say?
things. What can one say? What happened to the spray, please?
It's right here.
I'll take it.
Okay.
And boom.
Two of my favorite flavors, Eric says. Well,
Well,
me too.
Hey, orange and lime get
All
you
right,
through
so
a
we got
lot of
Office
things.
Space and Barney Miller. What else does everyone want to see? Because I
know?
have one more movie to watch before voting for the SAG Awards. And then I'm footloose and fancy free. I can watch whatever I want.
We have 52 shows a year, so you know we need ideas.
We stay away again in Margaritaville. I always, whenever I hear that, I think of The Simpsons.
With the
It says,
his
"We
the
stayed away
futurist
again
fantasy
in Daiquiritaville."
rip off.
Exactly.
Yeah, the 2-bit Bart Simpson guitar player, hilarious. Oh, Banana Splits theme. Ah!
Ooh.
Do we need a Jupiter cocktail? Fleagle. Snorky! Telling you.
I know that song. Oh wait, you owe me a birthday mix, don't you?
I do. I do, in fact. It may be on its way.
He always makes me a birthday playlist.
I've done that for
Well, it started as a birthday cassette,
It did.
and
It's
then
that long ago.
and then it became a birthday CD. Now it's a birthday playlist.
For a while there,
I'm
I was
owed.
doing one of the streaming services because it was really easy to use and
Ooh,
it was much
banana splits
faster
brunch.
to come up with a playlist. But we're off of those, so now I just had to do it manually. And you know what? That worked just fine. So I have no problem with that. Banana Splits brunch. You
Ooh,
could.
vintage Hawaii 5-0 too. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
many good
Yeah, yep.
ideas.
Oh, there we go.
I love it.
We have some love for the Scooby-Doo brunch. I think a Banana Splits brunch
All right,
could involve
you know what? I'm gonna make a list.
banana waffles. Oh, man. We got some great ideas here.
I'm gonna make
Yeah,
a list.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we
we
got
can go with that.
Office Space,
Mm-hmm.
Barney Miller.
And if with an Office Space theme, I can simply like every 5 minutes go. So
Banana
Peter,
Splits.
yeah. I need a coffee mug, a constant coffee mug in my left hand here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Peter,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Banana Splits, Scooby Doo, Hawaii 5-0,
5-0,
Scooby Doo.
baby.
All right, hold on. I'm
We have at
making notes.
this point come up with McGarrett's Head drink 1 and 2 because I forgot the first one. So we actually have 2 McGarrett's Heads out there, which of course you prepare in the McGarrett Head mug because, yeah, well, duh.
So, someone in our neck of the woods has. Oh, Spider Man. Okay, all right, hold on.
Spider-Man,
Batman. All right, okay, hold on.
original TV series.
Talking. Spider Man, Batman.
Well, Mr. Freeze isn't obvious. There you go. But the Riddler actually says something.
I'm
we
adding
actually,
them to
we
the
have
list.
We
Okay,
actually have
this
a
is good.
penguin
This
shaker.
is good.
You know, that kind of lends itself right there. Kind of thinking Hardly Quinn myself.
So, someone in our area of the world has one of the Mystery Machine vans.
Yes, we see it around town.
We do, and every time we see it, we take a picture of it. Like, we should
Because-
probably just try to meet these people, but if you're watching, we'd like to meet you.
I actually saw them getting into the van one day, and I said, "Oh, there they are." Ah,
Oh, Lidsville.
Lidsville.
Oh, God.
Hoodoo! Yeah.
Have we done Sid and Marty Croft?
We have skirted around Sid and Marty for other reasons, but we've never actually just tackled the classic marionneteers
Fine, I'll put it on the list.
and puppeteers, I gotta say.
Oh, good night, Gettysburg Ma'am.
Oh,
thank
thank
you
you
for
so
joining
much.
us.
For joining us for a lovely evening.
Dear God.
It's some kind of awesome.
Oh, yay.
Oh,
So good to see
Mancini
you.
themes? Wow. We could go for a while.
I'm going to
on
add
that.
Sid and Marty Croft and... Oh, Peter Gunn. Okay, Sid and Marty Croft and Peter Gunn.
Or if our
It's
friend,
like the ridiculous to the sublime.
if our friend Joe is watching, he has really been mainlining some gun stuff, and I got to tell you, very cool. For your information, Phil, the original score, of course, which was a huge hit, you obviously own. The volume 2 on that is well worth your time. But then you got to check out the soundtrack to the movie Gun. Gun has themes from the TV show and then just goes nuts. I love it.
Yellow Submarine. Good
Love it
idea.
when the label is like, let's have some fun themes, Hank, and it's like Mancini just goes crazy. He'll go all over the place.
It's on the list.
And even when the film is not really that great, like The Party, And that's my personal opinion. People love the party.
Shazam.
The score to the party
Yes,
is so
Mighty
cool.
Isis and Shazam.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so
Now we're talking some lids. We're talking Sid and Marty here.
Eric, this is weird, but Eric says my Sid and Marty Croft guilty pleasure, Electra Woman and Dinah Girl. We were just quoting Electra Woman and Dinah Girl today.
True, too. Yes.
It's very weird because who does that? Nobody.
Carl Jung be proud.
Nobody.
And there we go.
It's just very weird and stupid.
And
but
now
we
we're getting
were,
into the 70s Sid and Marty with the extremely cheap video effects.
Speed
Wow, did they look
Racer,
terrible.
yes. Speed
Yeah.
Racer. Okay, I gotta add it.
Speed. Yeah.
And also, while I'm at it,
We're getting into the Japanese animation shows, and boy, that will bring you right to Space Boy, Ultraman, and who else was in that thing? Star Blazers, that came a little later, I will tell you.
all right, so I added, not the same thing, but
Well, the 60s Spider-Man cartoons have great, great themes. Like, if there isn't a 2 CD set of that stuff by now, that's an oversight. Because they were a great theme.
oh,
But
Amy,
also
I
the
haven't watched
score
it.
music was
But
very cool.
okay, yeah, no, I haven't seen it, but
Mm.
Schoolhouse Rock, yep.
Yep. Yeah.
The Bee Power Hour, Banana Splits, the Bugaloos, and Brady Bunch, yes, yes.
BBB. Triple B, baby. The
I was
split. The
thinking-
Splits was originally a 1-hour show, and then later on they got split up into half-hour episodes, which
Yeah,
is really
the splits
a
got
shame.
split.
They got split, man. It's too bad.
I was just thinking that no one has mentioned Super Chicken.
Oh, well, now we're getting into a different animator,
Yeah,
Jay Ward, and then you really go from there. I cut my teeth on Bullwinkle
because he
and
always
Rocky,
has a martini.
but so I definitely got with that. I never saw Super Chicken. I can't believe I did not see Super Chicken as a kid.
You didn't? I did see Super Chicken.
Totally missed Super Chicken. That's great because his secret sauce comes in a martini glass.
He is,
Hello.
yeah. Oh,
Too much,
Amy
man.
owns the Bugaloos. Okay. Oh, so many comments. Okay. Can't even keep up.
Yeah, they're flying,
Ultraman.
flying like mad. Yeah, we actually do own the Bugaloos album as well, and
course we
it's
do.
very cool. And I remember as a kid watching this show, and at that age, I'm like Caroline, I'm like, you know, damn, that was pretty cool. And of course, the villain was
never-
Martha Ray. That's very awesome.
I never watched that back. I've seen YouTube clips of Martha Ray and that, but
Yeah. George.
George of the Jungle. Yeah, that was with Super
Bum,
Chicken,
bum,
right?
bum, bum, bum,
That's
bum,
all
bum.
the same, isn't it?
Yes, because it's Jay Ward.
Yeah.
It's Jay Ward.
Yeah,
The-
George of the Jungle and Super Chicken.
The one that doesn't fit that theme it was, well, Tom Slick. Who did Tom Slick? That might
I
be
think
Jay
that
Ward. Too.
that might have been around the same time because I feel like I saw that with Super Chicken
Yep.
and George of the Jungle.
And Roger Ramjet which was voiced, I believe, by
Flashback.
Gary Owen.
That was Martha Ray. Yes. Tom Slick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was Tom Slick. Yeah, okay.
Tom Slick. Great theme. Great theme.
I just remember the Super Chicken theme got burned into my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's very relentless. And as far as themes go, the Courageous Cat has an awesome theme. Very cheaply made show. Extremely cheap
Oh, Peter's
show.
asking who
very
remembers
cool.
the Mighty Heroes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't. Do you?
I was just about to mention the Mighty Heroes.
Oh, okay.
Very cheaply made animation because it was...
I don't remember it.
I forget who the animation house was, but it was actually helmed by Ralph Bakshi. Did the Mighty Heroes, and they were fun. There aren't too many of the episodes. They're crazy, stupid characters. Like, you know, we got Diaper Man. Hello.
Space Ghost.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Space Ghost,
Oh,
of course.
Eric says Martha Ray played two of my favorite characters in the Bugaloos and Mel's
Mills
mom on the show Alice.
Oh man,
I do love Alice.
I'll take a refill whenever you're ready.
All right.
I would really appreciate that. Oh, all of it, please. Yeah, we're getting into Super Mario Nation, but before we do, I'm thinking of the Mighty Heroes, which was leading me to another conclusion, which I don't remember. Anyway, there it's in there somewhere. Space Ghost, because Space Ghost
Yes,
has
thank you.
2 lives. First of all, as a Hanna-Barbera show from the 60s, and then it was in the 90s Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you've got Space Ghost as talk show host, and then the theme, of course, was composed by Sonny Chirac. Now we're into avant-garde jazz. And that's a great theme. It's so cool. And there's actually an EP that has like 4 or 5 themes with the Chirac Band.
Thundercats.
It's like, no man. So that definitely down with Coast to Coast. It was a really Dada show.
All right.
Great guests, and it's I really enjoyed that thing. Very cool.
I'm probably gonna like make everyone log off by saying this.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Sorry, folks, but it's got to be done.
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff is a great theme, and it's awesome animation. What can I tell you? Love the Powerpuff. Space Ghost. So.
Oh.
Yep. Oh, you know what? It was actually Thundercats, which is being labeled here.
Johnny Quest. Oh my gosh.
For a second, I thought it was Thunderbirds, but that's Super Marionation. Johnny Quest was extremely cool. Awesome jazz theme. Absolutely awesome theme. And those were originally hour-long shows that got cut up later. And there's only one season of them. It's like, why didn't
Johnny
that run
Bravo?
longer? Why didn't those run longer?
We could keep
yeah.
this going for a really long time.
No, we talk animation and it goes and it goes and it goes.
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo is a complete idiot, but hilarious. So, yeah, we got to go with that kind of stuff. I like those shows a lot. I think within that realm, of course, was who am I thinking of?
Rocky and Bullwinkle. Love Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yep, definitely name check
And
them
Boris
already.
and Natasha.
Yep, absolutely. I was thinking of within the Johnny Bravo realm. There's Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh man, Courage is extremely nervous, but he has to deal with crazy situations and people who hate him. But he achieves.
The first winner of the best mom on the Cartoon Network was Race Bannon.
Oh
My god. Okay, Samurai Jack. The Fantastic Four had a great jazz theme. Dexter's Lab. There's so many. I can't even.
I never saw the Fantastic Four '60s show.
Oh,
and
Elizabeth
those
says
look so
I still
cool.
have that Powerpuff Girl Buttercup Christmas
That's on it.
ornament. Oh.
Bang. Oh man, that's so cool.
Oh.
So Peter, I'm going to take that hint and check that out because the '60s Spider-Man. Look, the original Marvel ones from about 1965, or like the Hulk show, was terrible, and there was the Captain America. They were just like so limited animation. It was just crap. And then a couple years later, they finally said we got to get real, and they did the Spider-Man show, which was very cool. That ran for like 2 seasons worth. But there was a Fantastic Four show at the time that I never saw as a kid, and I used to collect that title. So.
Oh, Eric's been on a library music kick last week. I'm always up for library music. Cow and chicken, pork butt and taters. Pork butt and taters.
You know, contrived stock music is a lot of fun. Some of my favorite Twilight Zone music was just library music. It's great. There's the whole score to the Night of the Living Dead was library music. And it's actually very cool. It's very well done.
Kieran's son loves Powerpuff Girls. I love Powerpuff Girls too.
Bliss.
Yeah, Bliss, yes.
Too much.
The Tick. Oh,
The Tick. Oh,
so much.
classic. Classic.
I'm glad we brought this up.
I kind
We
of
can
think
keep this going for months,
I feel like
actually.
the Tick was a takeoff on the Blue Beetle, which was
Oh, Phil's asking,
a Charlton title.
question from a late arriver. What's in the can? It's
in the
a Kona thingy.
Oh, this. Wait a minute, the can's no longer here. The can was Kona Light, Bondale.
I grabbed the first thing I could find.
Yeah. Well, no problem with me.
No, I went out. I was just
Glad to have a little
first thing I
Kona.
could find.
I dosed it
know?
up a little bit, and
Yeah.
I'm doing just fine. Yeah, it's good.
I was feeling like
Oh, well.
maybe we could do a beer margarita, but I know we're kind of we're getting toward the end, but
Well, beer margarita is nothing to shake a stick at, so we'd be okay with that. That's a good thing. And we're talking some
it's
classic...
nothing to shake a stick at.
No, wait a minute. I'm getting my cliches wrong. That's a good idea. Beer margarita is the thing that I could get behind. And we have plenty of lime juice back of me, so hey. We're talking some classic animation, some classic
I'll go
contemporary
get a
animation.
beer.
Yeah, you can find that.
I'll go get a beer.
And some shows that I really liked as a kid, a lot. Used to watch that Spider-Man like constantly. I remember a friend of mine actually turned up a Super 8 reel, like about a 400-foot reel of the Spider-Man show, and with sound. And we spun it and found out that somebody had recorded over it. I was like, "Oh, you idiot!" These are the things. These are the things. Not that can't be remedied, but it would be a little hard.
Jamie.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey. got slammed at the restaurant, so pardon my tardiness.
Oh, hey.
I'm going to go all woo-woo on you. Lean into divine timing.
I'm going to say simply, you're here now.
You're here now.
So there you go.
So you leaned into divine timing.
Because it's National Margarita Day, and we have been doing that the whole time.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
Slight diversion into Don Beach territory, which, of course, is the usual pain in the neck. But we did it. And you know what? It was good. And you liked it a lot.
I loved Don the Beachcombers. I miss it.
We were there at the Huntington location, the revived Don Beach, a couple of times. I thought it was a great location that was hitting it out of the park. They had good food. They had good drinks. Great location. It's Huntington Beach. How could it not be a great location? They had stuff for sale. You could buy mugs and everything. And it was really pretty cool.
Yeah, they did.
And, unfortunately, things conspired. But there are plans afoot. There are plans la foot. So watch out, because things are happening. When you get your formulas tomorrow, because you are a sponsor and you get such things, you'll see some fun ingredients like fashionola. If you're like, just write to us and we'll get you a formula where you can make your own.
All right, I'm ready for that beer margarita thingy.
Okay. Shall we devise such a thing?
Well, we've done it before.
I suspect I make a margarita and fill it with beer.
No, we're going to use a little bit less of stuff because...
Okay. Well, probably...
Because that'll be gross.
I don't know about that. I'm thinking that if you simply made one, split it in two, and then fill it with beer, you'd be fine.
All right, I have an idea.
Then you go with that.
Talking.
I will keep talking, folks. So, but we've been talking classic animation and classic kid shows and etc. Some great ideas. I touched on Super Mario Nation for a moment. Obviously, you've got your supercar, you've got your Thunderbirds, you've got your what was the other one? The one that everybody thinks was the best show too. And I'm spacing out. And then the movies that they did that involved it, and then of course the TV shows, which starts with UFO and then goes to Space 1999. Those Jerry and Sylvia had a real thing about a moon base, didn't they? UFO is extremely cool. Fun show. Used to see it like rarely as a kid because it was just on from time to time. But we managed to actually score a copy of the DVD set so we can watch them anytime. And they're very period, very mod. And the fearless leader has a bar in his office. What can I tell you? That's kind of fun.
All right, hold on.
That's big fun. Great theme, too.
I'm trying to find this from what we did before.
Was that Ron Grainer? No.
I don't know.
No,
all right,
it wasn't. I got to look that up.
We're just going to have to devise.
Got to see. But the Thunderbirds, man, I watched that as a kid. And when that was like off my local station, I was so perturbed, I wrote to the station. And they wrote me back. So I got to tell you, it pays to send a letter to your local. One is simply saying,
Jane's here.
Hey, Jane. Oh, hello from Cape Cod.
Hey.
So good.
Girls on the Moon with purple hair. I've seen pictures of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
UFO. I've been talking about UFO. That was the Girls on the Moon with purple hair. You take a look at
they were on the base.
They were on the moon base. The girls on the moon base with purple hair. She's talking about UFO.
Are you talking about something animated though?
No, she's talking about UFO. There is no animated series with that. This is exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah, there is.
She's talking about UFO. I'm just saying.
All right.
You
well, if
watch
you're talking
the
about UFO,
premiere episode of the series, and you realize that the purple hair is actually part of their uniform, because in the first, like that episode, one of the gals strips down and takes the hair off. It's like that's part of it. The silver outfits with the purple hair, hilarious, great show, a lot of fun, and of course they're dealing with alien invasion, so it was very timely at the time. Super Mario Nation. Well, no, it wasn't. It was the animation. They did all of the models that Sylvia and Jerry did, featuring that a lot. So, but that's the thing. So that's to be watched. And the simple fact is, if there is a series that's animated that happens to have purple hair, I'd like to know about it. So, but nobody's doing that. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So.
Are we doing a beer margarita, or is it just too late?
I got a beer in front of me, and you're very low. And
all right. Well.
I am.
Okay. All right. So
I kind of think that we could probably kind of hit that thing.
All right. Well, what do you want?
Well, you said you had an idea for a beer margarita, which I think is...
Well, no, we've done this before, but...
Which is probably better than whatever I was thinking of. So if you wanted to put that together...
Well...
I mean, you could just assemble in glass. We could put
I'm not going to assemble in this glass because it's...
Yeah, we could put it into a shaker and just give it a stir and pour. I mean, that's always possible.
I'm not going to shake beer.
No, you give it a stir. No, we're not going to shake.
I will take...
What do you like?
I'll take this. I'll take a wine glass.
Take a wine glass. We could put
We're
it into a wine
winging
glass.
it, everyone.
I'll get rid of this glass.
All right. So, beer margarita. What size is this? I'll take a 1 ounce. We'll keep it light.
1 1/4 and 3/4. That's these guys right there.
I need something with real measurements. I'll use this.
Oh, you need real measurements.
Not 1 1/4.
1 1/4 is
How about
weird.
just one? Okay.
I agree that 1 1/4
Let's
is
do
weird
1 ounce of tequila.
because I've used that before, and I think who the hell needs 1 1/4 as a measure? And every once in a
Exactly.
while, we
That's
see
weird.
a formula that
Okay.
calls for 1 1/4.
1 ounce
Right?
margarita.
Telling you, it's
Margarita.
weird.
1 ounce tequila.
Any
1 ounce tequila.
any good margarita out there starts with a 2 ounce pour. Just saying.
All right.
She knows. I know.
1 ounce.
Oh, it's totally screwed you up over there. Don't.
1 ounce tequila. All right. Yeah. Okay. So.
Stirred, not shaken. Indeed. Richard Harvey for the Little Prince animated. Oh. There was a live movie,
Okay.
too.
Oh yeah, UFO. Yes. Okay.
Bingo.
You gotta
Bingo.
work for UFO. All right.
Yeah.
These are not the proportions I would use for the cocktail, but I'm gonna
Stop
do
it.
a half ounce
Do it. There we go.
of orange liqueur and a half ounce of lime. I would do more tequila to the other ingredients if I was making a regular margarita, but no, we're making a beer margarita.
Very good. So, ounce of tequila and how much on the lime and orange?
Half ounce Grand Marnier, half ounce, well, say orange liqueur. You do not have to use Grand Marnier.
Truth be told.
Half ounce fresh lime juice. We're gonna top with beer. Top with a light ale. All right, here it is.
Okay, got it. And boom. There we go.
I'm not gonna lie, that's good.
Pretty good things you got going on over here.
I'm enjoying it.
Okay, I think I can repeat that. Yeah. What
You
if there
can
were some
keep
ice
it.
cubes in?
No, you have it.
You don't want
I'll make another one.
Okay.
It's fine.
Well, there you go.
Keep it.
There you keep.
All right.
Bubby, keep it.
All right.
There you go.
I'm gonna go back.
Plenty of things over here to make with, and you have other things to use as well. And bitters.
Space
and all
Station
that.
99. Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we missed so many
Boom, 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 boom,
comments.
boom.
All right, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Carradine is definitely thinking about UFO.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was a cool series. It was very cool. It seriously could have been animated the way it was, or even super marinated. But basically, Jerry and Sylvia had already started making live action stuff. So they went on with that.
All right, I'm going back to my list. We literally have
Like 12 things, I think.
12
Bang.
things to
Themes.
do. Live happy hours for
12 themes.
coming up.
Big fun.
Okay.
So.
All right. I think it probably is time to log off.
Okay. Well.
But this has been
However-
fun.
however-
National Margarita Day.
You know, we're still working margaritas. This is the beer garita. You can actually buy a pre-made, like, malt liquor-based margarita product on the market, which is not going to taste like this.
People say...
So...
Now, people
yeah.
say... You say beer margarita, people are like, oh, ugh, ugh. I'm like, don't knock it till you've tried it. It's kind of refreshing, so...
At the end of the day, if
Yeah.
you make a margarita, split
Oh,
it in
Opera,
two.
I'm so glad you joined us. Thank you. Yay.
Split it in two and top with beer. You're just dosing up the beer a little bit with things that enhance the flavor. I mean, margarita plays with... tequila plays with beer very well. So, there you go.
It does.
Yeah. And lime juice will play with beer, and the orange liqueur does not harm
ginger
anything
beer.
as
Oh,
long
yeah.
as you don't go crazy.
I love ginger beer.
Ginger beer is a very nice ingredient to use in things. And there's a lot more you can do than the usual mules. One is just saying. Yes.
So, I'm thinking office space next week.
Well,
So, everyone bone up on your office space because I'm feeling that for next week's live video. Paul just bunked out. Will he be back? He just... Oh. Okay.
so, Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go ahead and ask you to work on Saturday and finish up the project. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to have to go ahead and ask you to work on Sunday as well.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Notice the lack of flair.
Oh, Julie, thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay.
you go.
Yeah. All right. I can't
Well-
wait till next week. So we got to do a brunch soon. I know
do.
we said we were going to do one a couple of weeks ago, and we've got to finish this film.
Things-
We got to finish this film so we can go back to having a life. But
No, the life has been good. But I understand that what we need to do is like wrap it up, get it going, because that has
Yes.
to move to its next phase as well.
Yes.
Some of you have been pleased to take a look at the trailer, which this one put together. Pretty hot stuff, huh?
I did.
And it was really great. It actually gives the essence of the movie without giving the entire thing. You will be pleased to see the entire thing. Pardon, I've had a lot of carbonated material here. Because that will be released soon,
material.
as much as we can. And
Do you suffer from carbonated material?
yeah, I do frequently. I'm going to tell you, but that will definitely be out there. We are working hard on all of the aspects to make it Sacco. I mean, we didn't come all this way to have the thing be
Sacco.
mediocre, or like, well, the color was okay but not great, or well, the soundtrack didn't sound good. No, all of this is going to be good. This is the real thing. And this is
Oh,
just one
Eric.
of a series. So, like, be watching.
Eric, I get it.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you start talking like, oh, it's a simple thing. Uh-huh.
I foolishly thought our film would be like done and like in film festivals in 2022. I'm like, oh, good one, Kelly. Yeah. But anyway, it's almost done.
The simple fact is
Almost
that
done.
we have been making videos and narrative videos now for over 10 years. And they've been on a different scale, and they've been a little easier to get up and go. And we've even made music videos, and you've seen some of them. And if you haven't, well, ask us. We can point you in the right direction. But this one is jumping sandboxes because we're moving into a different level. This is more like you're in a different league. You need a different level of quality. The thing needs to look and sound exactly like this, or you're out. So if it's taking its time, we're making sure that all the steps work.
Yep.
And the next time we do one, it'll be a lot quicker
And easier.
and easier, which is good.
Fingers crossed. But no, it's great. It's great.
Too true.
Yeah.
Too true. No, it's all been
I'm
good.
excited.
All good.
Yeah.
All
But
good. We worked with fantastic people, crew and cast on the item, and we're working with great people post-production to make these things happen properly, and it is all going down. And we also just bought a big arse outboard processor today to make sure this thing happens. Suddenly we've got this huge video computer.
oh,
So,
thank you, Keratin.
if-
yeah, I know.
If anybody's wondering where the money's going, there it is going. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
Too much. You need a new camera now too.
I know.
Hilarious.
For the next one.
Yep. For the next.
I know. We're filmmakers now.
Suddenly we're big league filmmakers, people. Well,
Well, we're filmmakers
Hope
anyway. But
do you have your face in bubblegum cards? How can you say you're big league if you don't have your face in bubblegum cards? So,
$7.
who's that?
Oh, Keratin. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, maybe we'll come to Vegas.
Hey, we appreciate the offer because.
Oh no,
that's
Elizabeth's in
awesome.
Vegas. Keratin's in Minnesota. Maybe we'll
hello.
come to Minnesota.
Oh. Hey, that's the thing. The simple fact is that
Maybe we'll come to
really-
Minnesota and Vegas.
We appreciate the offer. Anybody who is like, oh, I can do that.
Oh,
I mean, on the movie, I was holding boom pole because I've done it before, and I didn't feel like hiring somebody for something I could do. So there I am, big bad producer, up on a 10-foot ladder doing this business. And did it work? Yeah, it sounds great.
Minnesota is kind of cool. I played there on tour.
It kind of is, isn't it?
I played there on tour in a show,
Yeah.
and we did not get a chance to really explore, but it's kind of cool.
It was just hearing some
Oh,
stuff.
Eric says I would too. Oh.
On the radio the other day on the morning show, he drops in Morris Day and he starts talking about that whole like Minneapolis mafia that gives you all the Prince bands. And I'm like, that was a thing, man. It was all of this stuff that happened at the time.
Karen, you are on the film festival circuit.
Bingo.
You are.
Absolutely. Okay,
We need a finished film, and then we'll.
to be on the film festival circuit.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Doing it. It's very close.
know,
It's
but-
very close. Seriously. No, things are happening, people.
They are.
Well, I think Bruce Dern's about to buy it. Anyway, so that's a different show, people. It is
We got to go watch Bruce Dern buy it on Columbo.
awesome to see you here again on a Wednesday.
No, Pittsburgh totally is, Eric.
Oh, Pittsburgh is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Pittsburgh is very cool.
Yeah.
We're very glad to see all of you here.
Yes, thank you.
Anybody
Thank
who's
you, and thank you for the ideas.
here, I repeated
I'm
times.
excited about them.
Please, that just makes it all worth it. We throw out ideas, and then suddenly this firing off like mad, all of these crazy
love
things
it.
we could do. And I think, well, that's a great brunch idea. Start with a banana splits brunch because you can make banana splits French toast. Oh, boy, does that sound good.
That
Yep.
does sound good, actually.
It does sound good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The wheels are turning. And we could come up with some excellent drinks. If you want to join in with your Bloody Mary, of course.
Jimmy Jim and Terry Lewis. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. Ah!
There you
Okay.
go.
All right. Yes. Good night, Peter, Abra, Karen, and Julie, Eric, everyone. Yeah.
Anybody who is already supporting us on Patreon, thank you so much. If you would like to, patreon.com/Velveteen Lounge. That makes it happen. Remember, we do have the affiliate store via Amazon. If you make any purchases in Amazon, start with us and we'll get some credit. Even if you don't buy from us, that's fine.
Yeah.
We still have wine glasses. I'm using one right now. And we still have the records. Let us know. And
Yes.
any ideas that you'd like us to do, come on. That's what we're here for. It is fantastic to be able to give you a little entertainment on a Wednesday.
And we'll see you next week, if not before.
Please, absolutely. If we could see you in person, that's even better. As always, wherever you go and whatever you do, not to worry, folks. We'll see you soon.
Good night.